I ain't afraid of no lives. I thought it was kind of cute because I know so many people are scared of lives. So I had to do that. I had to do it. I didn't pull everything out like I wanted, so I'm just gonna have to show you like behind the scenes here in a little bit, and you're just gonna have to roll with it. So I wanted to come to you and talk to you about lives and going live and kind of doing it scared and just doing what you need to do. You know, it's just one of those things that lives are tough. Some of us can't do lives at all. So I'm going to show you behind the scenes. I'm going to show you some things that I recommend whenever you're doing a live. I'm going to talk to you about some topics you can be doing live and all kinds of things that have to do with lives, etiquette, and so on. So whoever's hopped on already, I see that somebody's here. Looking to see if I can find my tablet. Could you please hit the little person that has the plus sign and invite others that are on our team to come watch? I'd appreciate it. All right, this tablet's dead, so I can't see anything. Hopefully we'll be able to see comments today. I want to be able to see comments. I don't really want to wait because like replay watchers, it's tough, but I want to be able to make sure everybody's coming on. Aaron, I can see you're here. Could you please hit the little person with the plus sign and invite everybody to come watch? Don't invite Jeannie and Jesse, and don't invite Nicole, or, you know, but invite the others, please. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Betty. How is everyone? Let me know how you're doing tonight. Are you excited about this video? I'm gonna do this as fast paced as possible, and I'm gonna show you behind the scenes. So you're gonna get off of this, you're gonna walk around with me, I'm gonna show you some things in my room, and you're gonna kind of see behind the scenes. But I'm also gonna talk to you about topics and things that you should be doing in your lives, and just doing it scared. So if you would, Aaron, did you invite everyone? Don't invite Jesse and Jeannie and all them, but lives are scary, guys. They really, really are scary. So I want to share my story about lives first, and then we will get into it. So the first time I ever did a video, not a live, not whenever you were watching me live and you could make a mistake, but recording a video and just putting it up. Like, I recorded it and I put it up on Facebook and didn't edit it. It was real, it was raw. I put this video up on Facebook and it went freaking viral. It went viral. I actually wound up uploading it to YouTube and it went crazy viral. And it was I was in a previous company, and it kind of was like almost like a testimonial. It really wasn't, but it was kind of. And it went nuts. It was shared everywhere, and I didn't look the best. Honestly, I had my phone propped up on a few things at a table with horrible lighting, and I was like this close to the camera. I mean, it was horrible. And I wasn't looking at the camera, so it was like I was looking over here. It was just but everybody loved it and it went crazy. I would go on these trips with that company and people would come up to me and be like, hey, you're the, you know, whatever girl. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I just wish I could get rid of that. I had to take it down much later because the company had certain rules and things about videos much later, but it was insane how it caught. So when I finally realized, you know, lives were coming out and you could do live videos and you could go live on Facebook, I wasn't real sure if I wanted to do that because I pick myself apart. So going live is so much more than just hitting the button and going live. And that's why I want to talk to you about a few of these things. This video will probably last about 20 minutes and hopefully not longer than that. And I want to be able to cover several things with you and answer any questions that you have about going live. So the first thing I want to talk about before I show you behind the scenes and I show you all the extra tips and tricks, how many of you have gone live? Hey girls, how many of you have gone live at least once? If you've gone live at least one time, drop me a 1 below. If you have gone live more than one time, you've gone live a whole lot of times, give me a 2. And if you've never, ever gone live, drop me a 3. I want to know where we are. Have you gone live at least once? Just one time? Have you gone live a whole lot of times? Or have you never gone live? Those are mine. One time, you've done it a whole lot of times, or you've never done it. And even if you're number 2 and you've gone a whole lot of times, you're going to pick up some tricks from me tonight. So don't walk away just yet. That's all I'm going to say. You're going to pick up on some things that you're going to go, oh, I didn't know that. Unless you've been trained and unless you know everything, you'll probably pick up a few things from this video. So I see Vanessa's one that has not gone live. So let me start there. Let's start with those who have never, ever gone live. That's where we're going to start, and then we'll get up to the whole lotas, okay? We'll go with the not so lotas to the whole lotas. So the ones who have never gone live before, I'm just going to tell you right now, you just got to do it. You got to do it scared. One of the biggest things that I suggest you do is change your settings to your post to only me and go live to yourself. Literally, go live to yourself. You can change who your audience is, public, friends. You can change it to only me, and then hit that go button and see what it's like to go live. See what you're looking at. Look at the lighting. Look at those things, and just go live to yourself. Talk to yourself, whatever. Look at the camera, look away. Learn how to maneuver it and how it works. When you're done, you can delete it, or you don't have to post it, or you could save it and then delete it so that you could save it on your phones, on your camera roll, and go look at it and watch it and say, oh, I need to change this. That's a really good way for you to kind of get comfortable, okay? One of the biggest things about lives is that you just have to do them. Now, I told you my story about my first video. So when I started to do lives, I wasn't all that great in the beginning either. I was using a lampshade and had the light tilted over. I just needed to figure out how to work things. It was a very difficult process. And I finally went to a girl who, woman who was a phenomenal trainer with live videos, phenomenal at training for live videos. She was on Broadway, and she was a singer. She still is a singer. She still is these things. And she is amazing at teaching how to go live with confidence. And I followed her, I watched her, I jotted every note down, I did everything she said, and that is how I am who I am today, is I learned. And so I have this knowledge that I want to share with you. And although I could share all of it with you and be on here for 2 hours, we're not going to do that. So I'm going to give you the gist of it, the most basic, best parts to know, okay? Everyone starts somewhere. First and foremost, everyone starts somewhere, and everyone looks freaking ridiculous, okay? So don't worry about it. You will learn that it just has to happen. One tip that she used to give, which helped me tremendously when I first started, is to have something with you that that's yours. Like maybe it's for me, it was it was a bracelet that I had, and I would hold the bead in my hand and hold it. So as I was going live, I was rubbing it if I was nervous. You could have anything like a rock in your hand, or maybe a necklace that you're rubbing on, but something that you have, maybe something in your pocket, but something that gives you that comfort. So when you're nervous, you're touching that and you're not like fidgeting and stuff. That's a really good tip to start out. Like I said, going live for only you, that's a really good way to start out. Another thing that you need to learn how to do is to watch the camera and not watch yourself. If you watch yourself, as you can tell, my eyes are not looking at you. It doesn't look like I'm looking at you because I'm looking at myself. And you know what happens when you look at yourself? You start to say, oh, look, that hair, I'm getting a little oily. Like, where's that paper towel? I need to, look, double chin, better pull it up. Like, you start to pick things about yourself apart if you're looking at yourself. And that's the worst thing that you need to be doing, is looking at yourself. You're looking at yourself, now you're getting nervous and you don't like the way the double chin looks, and don't do that. So if you're looking at the camera, it's a very good distraction, first off, to not look at yourself, but second, now you're looking into these people's souls. I love each and every one of you. I can look at you. So look at the camera and let people feel like they're being invited into your story. Remember that when you hit live, you are letting people come into your life and be a part of your life. So I say be relaxed, be calm, be totally cool, and understand that things are going to happen. You know the girl who trained me on all of this? I will give you one tidbit her camera fell down and everything, and she was wearing a dress, and it went right up her dress. Everybody could see what was under her dress. And you know what? She's still doing lives today. It is what it is. When you're live, you just can't help what's going to be seen and done. But at the same time, you got to keep going. Even if you humiliate yourself, you just got to keep going. And you know what? You can always delete things. I mean, it's not like you got to keep them on there. So just remember that. Here are some tips. Lighting is absolutely imperative. And I'm going to show you some differences. So here's part of my lighting right now. Typically when I go live, I love to be near a window. And I'm going to show you behind the scenes in about 2 seconds. But I love to be in front of a window with natural lighting. Natural lighting is so imperative. How many of y'all watched Jordan's video about selfies? Anybody a while back watched Jordan's video about selfies? Hey Dion, how are you? If you have, you know, give me the little you or say me or something. But she talked about lighting, and natural lighting is always the best. The next thing that I think is the most important lighting would be your Ricky mirror. I love my Ricky mirror. Sorry, I love it. If we hit brand director this month, we'll give away a Ricky mirror. If not, we'll probably go for it again next month. I don't know. But I want to give away a Ricky mirror. I love it. That's what I'm using right now. So I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to show you what it's like. So this is me going live with no lighting. Big difference, right? Anybody see a difference here? Now I can turn this on and it actually has different levels. So I can get super bright and I can get lower. So you can kind of decide which lighting is best for you. Now I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to show you, I'm going to take you on a little trip. I'm going to show you a little bit of lighting. So let's say that you think this is good lighting, and so you're going like this. That's not good. Let's say you want to be underneath the light, and so you're under a light. Do you see the yellow? That's not good. That's not good. You know, the way your lighting is actually going to, what if you're doing it like this? Lighting is so important, okay? There's another item that you can use. So I'm going to flip this over and show you the Ricky. So this is my Ricky, okay? And you can see, obviously, I've got a window because that's what I use. So just behind the scenes, you really want to see, this is the mess that I go live in front of. Bam. There you go. I just let you in on a little secret. My lives are not always that beautiful right in front of me on my desk and everything. And this desk is just something I needed right at the time. So there you go. It's all mess. Here is another beautiful item that you can get and you can use, which is your ring light. My live about Be the Change and stuff, I used my ring light. So let me show you. You can turn it on and it gets very bright, and you can brighten it up and lower it. Now I'm going to flip this over so you can see the difference. So if it was just me without the light, and turn it off. And then when I turn it on, it changes, okay? And it also matters where it's positioned, because you can see the light from above coming down on me, right? So it would have to be over and where I'm at and that sort of thing. So that's another way that you can do your lighting. So you don't want it to be like this. Here's another tip for going live. You need to have a stand. You need to have a stand. I'm like looking at myself now, looking anywhere but the camera. Now that I told you to look at the freaking camera, I'm not looking at the camera. You need to be sure that when you're going live that you have somewhere for this to go, because you don't want to be doing this all the time. So guys, yeah, so the live, I mean, that's gonna make you sick, right? Like, don't do that. Don't do that. So you need to have a stand, which is why I definitely love my Ricky, because it has this beautiful thing right here that holds my phone. And that's why I love this on your ring light. Here's another thing that you can use, is you can use some type of tripod, okay? When I do videos in my bathroom, or if I'm gonna do them like at the table or something, I'll use my tripod to hold it. So that's just another way. You wanna make sure that you've got something to hold it. Don't just let it bounce everywhere, okay? You don't need to have it flip-flopping everywhere. Okay, so I'm gonna put you back here. Actually, let me show you. When it comes to backgrounds, let's talk backgrounds, shall we? There is actually, I'm gonna show you. Show you. Give me just a second, be patient. There's actually these poles, right, that you can get on Amazon. And they come with, obviously, the third one. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. Oh, I'm dropping it. It's in my closet. It obviously comes with the third one that has the clamps, okay? So those are for your background, okay? So if you wanted, I'm turning it sideways just a second. If you wanted to use backdrops, you can. There's tons and tons of backdrops on Amazon that you can use. This was one of the backdrops that I had, but I chose to use it as one of my curtains for the time being, so you can totally use that. In my office, I have a few different choices. I've got a pink wall, beautiful pink wall, okay? I've got one that's bare pink wall that I could be on. I've got one that's got stuff on it. I've got one that's bare, right? I've also got my beautiful glitter wall that I absolutely adore. And I really liked when it didn't have anything on the background so that I could go live and it just be complete glitter. But I can always take stuff off and stand up against the glitter. Love my glitter wall. And then of course the black wall. And I'm going to explain why I have each of these too. So there are all of my walls. So I'm going to flip this over. When you are going live, you want to have typically a solid background. You can get the backgrounds on Amazon. You can tell, I'm sorry guys, I'm making you sick with all this. I will be stationary here in a minute. You want to make sure that you've got some kind of solid background. You don't want distractions behind you. That's why people use backdrops, because you don't want the distraction. You don't want to see somebody's dirty laundry in the background, okay? You don't want to see dirty diapers or trash or kitchen. If you do that, you're letting a whole lot of stuff come in and people are watching to see how many dirty dishes you got. Here's another thing, because you can already see the lighting's all messed up with this. Let me show you what happens whenever you go on a black. When I am looking towards a black backdrop, it actually winds up looking really bad. Even with the lighting, it'll start washing you out and the color won't be right and you'll start having all of these effects. It's because it's a black background. Okay, when you flip it over and you use a different background, the lighting completely changes. So don't go with black. Black is always a bad choice. You want to go with the common color, go with white. You know, anything that's a solid color other than black. I'm gonna put you back on my Ricky, so give me a second. And get my lighting back, it's good. So about the backdrop and about all of this, all right. About the backdrop, the lighting, and behind the scenes. Do you have any questions? Any questions at all? So you've got to make sure that you've got the right place to go live. You've got to have the right background. I mean, right now I'm going live for y'all, so I don't care if you see the box and the table. But I'll tell you, when I go live, even when I went live with y'all earlier about messaging, I moved that table out of here so that it wasn't a distraction. Sometimes I'm going to talk about topics here in a few minutes, and so the lives may have a different background, and I'll touch on that. Yeah, you know what? You don't need a room. I know that I have a room just for lives, but that's not what I did. I used to do it in the office, and that's why I love those poles, because they collapse. So I would pull them out and use them when I needed to and put them back when I didn't need them, and it was in my office. So I would be up against my computer, and I would put my phone in front of my computer, and I had a backdrop. So you don't have to have a room, okay? You don't. A really good way to start is in your bathroom with your shower curtain. Your shower curtain, yep. Get a tripod. Usually your lighting in your bathroom, if you use natural lighting, not the yellow lights, that'll make you look awful, but the natural lighting, if you have natural lighting and not yellow covers, but natural, like clear or whatever, and you've got natural lighting on you and the bathroom's good lighting, maybe that's where you take selfies, do it with the curtain behind you. That will work wonders when you first start out. You know, you can't, like I just answered that question, Ashley. So use a shower curtain, use the back of a wall, use curtains. I've stood in front of a window before. So easy, so easy. Find a wall. You know my video that went on YouTube about the opportunity video? Did y'all see that? The opportunity video I did that up against my daughter's wall. I went in her room and I moved some of her stuff over, and her blue wall is my background, because I used her wall. So use a wall, use a curtain, anything solid. You do not have to be like that though. Going live, you can sit at the table. As long as you have it stationary, don't be bouncing around. I'd rather you be stationary and have a horrible background than you not be stationary, okay? I want you to be still, Because be still, my child, because if you are not, people are not going to watch. If they're going to get sick, they're not going to be watching. So if you are stationary, you're good. It doesn't matter what the background is. I'm just telling you that later down the road, it is distracting. Okay. It is distracting to see stuff behind you because y'all are thinking what's in the box and what's over there and what, you know, it's better not to have those distractions. You know, where'd you get that pillow? Where'd you get that? I mean, it's just, don't go there. I've done videos where I'm in the kitchen and you can see the dishes behind you and you can see all that. That's okay. You know what? We're real life. We're real people. It's real life. So it's not like you're going to avoid never being able to show mess behind you. But what my point is that if you're going to do these consistently, try to do them with a little more of a better background and situation, right? Does that make sense? Okay. Next thing is when you are going live, I want you to be aware of a few things. I'm kind of jumping now, but I don't want you to go live and absolutely have to look your very, very best. Okay. You don't always have to be on point to go live. The more natural you are, the better. The more you are, the better. I am one of those that I love my makeup on and whatnot, and I'll go live, but my hair's a mess right now. I don't care. I'll go live on my timeline. I don't care. I've gone live with no makeup on. I have no shame. I'm happy with who I am. And I'm okay with, if you don't like me, I don't need you on my timeline. And you've really got to have that attitude of it's okay. It's okay to not be perfect. Okay. And it is absolutely okay to have toddlers interrupting you. Okay. It is absolutely okay for a baby to be screaming in the background and you're like, you know what? We're going to have to cut this live short because the baby's awake. It's okay to have kids come into your lives. I've had my kids open the door and pop in and if you watch some of them, I've had, you know, interruptions. I had when my nephew's here, we have interruptions, the dog, the cat, the whatever. Stuff happens. That's life. And the whole point of going live is for people to relate to you. To relate to you. People are going to relate to you the way you are. Not the way you're trying to be. Okay? So for me, I have teenagers who are opening the door and I have a dog and all this chaos. Fine. For those who have toddlers, you've got a toddler in your lap. You've got, you know, let it be. Let it be. If your kid wants to come on and help you do makeup and they're not really being a very good help, well, let it be. Just let it be. As long as you're hitting that button and you're going live, that's all that important. Etiquette though. Let me talk to you about etiquette. When you are going live, you need to be respectful. Unless you always have like no issues just dropping F-bombs and stuff. Remember that live I talked about where your vibe attracts your tribe? You've got to be respectful. Be careful about what you're saying, how you're saying it, the way you're presenting yourselves. And ladies, this one's hard. This one's hard. But I want you to comment below, literally, however many of you are on this video right now, I want you to comment this below. Cover them boobies up. I said it. Cover them boobies up. You do not want anybody to see your hairy armpits, your hairy legs, your butt crack, or your boobies. If a woman was scrolling through Facebook and your boobies are hanging out, do you think they want to join you? Let's think about this. Let's really think about this. Would you, and I'll do this. I'll do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put my shirt back on in a minute, but I'm going to do that. Because sometimes I'll go live with y'all and I'll be in a shirt. I don't care. I don't care if I'm in a shirt like this talking to y'all. But if my shirt's like this and I'm like this on a live, and I'm not going to go any more than that and be all like, you know. But if I'm in there just a boobie in it away, are you really going to want to watch? Are you really going to want to be interested? If I'm doing makeup and I got my boobies all in my face and I'm like, oh yeah, hey. No. No. They don't see you as respectful. They don't see you as somebody to follow. They don't see you. And y'all, I just like showed you my granny bra and everything. Seriously, just showed you everything that I shouldn't be because I'm like way relaxed today. So yeah, there you go. Let me fix my boobs a little. So I want you to cover them boobies up. That's not what you want to be representing. Okay? And if you're going live in your team or something like that and you're just talking to some people real quick, that's totally cool. But if not, cover them up. Those are for your husband, your spouse, your girlfriend, whoever, you know, whatever. not for Facebook. Not on Facebook. Do not be showing them boobies out. So cover them up. And you know what? You're representing a brand, and I don't want you representing it that way. So the other thing is, with your shirts and the clothes that you wear and stuff, you know, be respectful even then. Don't let it come all the way down, you know, whatever. Don't let it be like that. You want to actually be respectful. Do I wear shirts that are off the shoulder and things like that? Absolutely. But be respectful of it. I mean, usually I have a tank underneath or something. I mean, what? Let's be classy, ladies. Let's set ourselves apart from some of the others out there, and let's not be trashy. So just a little etiquette on that. Watch your language. Watch the way that you are appearing to others. You don't want to be like letting kids pull your shirt down and everything's showing. Just be respectful. Again, lives are lives, right? They're right on. I mean, it's real life. So, and it's real and raw. So maybe they, you know, the phone drops and they see everything or whatever. It is what it is. Let's be classy, not trashy. Thank you. So just a little bit of etiquette, not pointing fingers at anyone. I don't even know if any of y'all got your boobies hanging out. I really don't even know. But if you do, cover them up. No more booby showing. Okay. You save that for in the bedroom or the pole that you, never mind. Okay. So let's move on. Sorry. Why don't we get a drink on that note? Yeah. Okay. The other thing I want to talk to you about is the way you go live, whether you go landscape or horizontal. Here's the thing. If you go live like this, it's fine. If you want to go live up and down. However, when you go live this way, you can actually be able to pull this up on YouTube later on. Maybe you don't want to do that the first few times you go live, but eventually you're going to want to upload things on YouTube. And the video just looks nicer this way, and it's just, use it this way if you can, okay? Instead of up and down. It's just prettier. Just do it this way for me, please. And as time goes on, you are going to want to keep it this way so you can upload it on YouTube and you can get more people to come over to you and pay attention to you, okay? So any questions on that? I want to go into topics, and I want to go into, help me, what else was on my list? Anything else that I want to talk about? Do you have questions about behind the scenes? Do you have questions about no boobies? Do you have questions about etiquette? And do you have questions about which direction you should be doing your live? Anything. Let's talk about topics. As we move on, we'll talk about topics. You go live about a lot of things. A lot of things. People are like, oh, I have nothing to go live about. My life sucks. Like, I just sit at home and fold laundry and I just take care of my kids. I'm trying to sell some lashes. Seriously, there are so many things that you can go live about. I have to ask, who wants to be a leader? Who wants to be a leader? Seriously. Do you want to be a leader? If you want to be a leader, I want a number 4 below. Do you want to lead a team? If you want to lead a team and you want to be a leader, drop me a 4 below. Because if you want to be a leader, you need to start acting like a leader. And the first step is to take that step out of your comfort zone and go live. And I'm going to tell you what you should be going live about. You should not, do you hear me? You should not, no, go live every day and get ready with me. Don't go live every day, get ready with me. Don't go live every day putting on lashes. Do not, repeat, do not do that. We're not that purple company. And we are not having to apply lashes every day. Now, if your network loves Get Ready With Me, do some Get Ready With Me. My network loves my makeup, loves for me to give tips, wants me to show baking, and all these things. They love to see those things. But thank you, Tiffany. We're going to brand ourselves. We're not going to talk about Get Ready With Me and lashes every single day. And we're going to talk about branding later, so we're not going to get into that. But you got to brand yourself. Don't do the same thing every single day. Step out and do other things. I want you to come up with better ideas. Here's some things that really, okay, let's go over a few categories. Let's go over the Get Your Product Out There category. Get Ready With Me, putting on lashes, cleaning the lashes, showing the different lashes. Why did you choose Red Aspen? These are all ways that you can get out there what you're doing. You following me? So all of those things you can do to get out there and talk about Red Aspen. Then there's another category. That is the fun category. And this one is huge if you want to boost your numbers, if you want to get an algorithm boost, if you want to really go out there and make things happen, you really want a huge audience. And by the way, I always go public with my videos. I do go public because if you want them to be shared, you got to go public. So some of the best videos I've ever done, and you can go look, some of the best videos I've ever done were my daughter was my hands. So she put her hands under here and she did my makeup like this. And I was talking to her about, and she was trying to do my makeup and watching through the mirror. I had another one where my daughter was blindfolded and she was doing my makeup and I was telling her how to do my makeup. When the black peel mask came out, I had a friend of mine come over and we did it and peeled it off of him real fast. It was hilarious. He started sweating. It started melting. It was hilarious. And people tuned in to watch this. People like to watch people get hurt and stuff too. So, and they want to laugh. They come to Facebook to laugh. They come to Facebook to be lifted up. So don't be going and doing negative stuff. Now, rants are fun too. Like if you did like single momming is tough. You know why single momming is tough? And you did this rant, you'd probably get a whole lot of followers, likes, everything. If you did momming ain't easy, I did a momming ain't easy, and man, did that get attention too. Come up with creative things like that you can just, bam, you can do them. You can do things that are fun like that. Having your husband or spouse or boyfriend or whatever do your makeup. There's all kinds of ways that you can get out there and do something fun. Another way that you can go live is your activity, whatever you're doing that day. Maybe you're at a park or you're at the beach or you're something, and you're like, hey, I wanted to come live. I wanted to show you, look how beautiful today is. You can do that kind of thing. And then another way that you can do lives is my favorite, and that is doing something motivational, uplifting, something that's going to encourage someone and educate your network. This is my favorite because it's, I guess, the most fulfilling for me. I love being able to educate people and I love being able to give back. And so this one to me is the best. And it's so stinking easy. So stinking easy. So I did the Be the Change. And the Be the Change, I just spoke from the heart, right? And then today I did Drama Llama and how not to be a drama llama. And it was things that I've learned. I've done things like how to, and I need to do more. Maybe how to get rid of oily skin, or how to detox in 5 days, or how to, just all kinds of things. And if you don't have content, go look it up. 5 steps to a better you. I don't know. Motivation Monday, steps to be motivated, how to motivate yourself. And you can come up with steps. Now I'm going to show you something. I have notes everywhere, but one of the things that I do when I go live is I brainstorm. It used to take me 30 minutes or so to actually come up with a topic, but I would go look stuff up and I would write things down. Okay, so I did this on my computer. Some of them I would write and some of them I would do on a computer. So this one, I'll turn this off for just a second. You can see it's written. So it says success versus failure. And I wrote some things down and I put everything. And I have a little number. Let me do this again. I have little numbers here. 1, 2. It's all my like topics. And those number 3, number 5, it's like for me to tell people, hey, drop a number 1 below, drop this, drop that. This is how I began. And what I would do is I would go off of this list. It's okay to look down at notes. It's okay to do that. Another thing that you can do is you can actually tape it to the top and look up, or to the side and look over, and be glancing over at your notes. Because you're not going to be reading off of this. You're not going to say, it's turning off the TV and recording your favorite show later. That's not what you're doing. You look over, oh yeah, so look over your notes. Let me show you some others. I'm going to give you an agenda on how to do agendas too. But notes. Let me find some. I'm making a mess here. Here's another one. Little voice in my head. And I have all of these notes on here. Voice tells us horrible things that we hear, on and on and on. I've got notes everywhere when I go live. Here's another one. Don't let people rent your space in your head. And I did too. I did a draft, and then I did note, and then I actually broke it down into I gotta turn this off again. I did like bullet points. And so when you're going live, you can choose any topic to go live about, something you're interested in. Maybe you're passionate about, I don't know, health and wellness, but you're not in health and wellness because it's not really where you want to be. You love makeup, but you love being healthy too. And so maybe you want to share a diet, or maybe you want to share a recipe. Go live in your kitchen, showing how to create the best, what's that thing? Not the crock pot, but the Instant Pot. You know, like I could go do a live in the Instant Pot and show how to do an Instant Pot recipe. You know how many people are going to tune into that? A whole lot, because they want to know how that Instant Pot works, and they want to know if it's actually worth it. What about, you know, going live because you got the new vacuum or the new whatever? Go live and show them these things. You have an air fryer. How does it work? Because I've never even eaten anything out of an air fryer, and I'm really looking into one. I would watch it because I'd want to know, well, does that thing work? How good is it? Does it taste good? Go live about things that people are going to be intrigued about. Should you go live every day? Thank you for that question. Depends on who you ask. If you ask a social media coach, they're going to tell you should go live every day. I don't feel you should go live every day. I feel that you should go live between 4 and 6 times a week. Not the full 7. I think that one day you need to take a break. Absolutely need to take a break. I like to do it about 5. So that's why I say 4 to 6. About 5 is great. So if you're going live maybe Monday through Friday, and you don't go live on the weekends, or maybe you go Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't care. 4 or 5 times a week is great. 4 to 6 times a week is great. You can go live maybe just popping in and saying, hey, I hope everybody's having a great day. I wanted to share this with you. I just read this Bible verse and I want to read it to you real quick. Or maybe you're going live and you're sharing the air fryer. Or maybe you're going live and you're putting on some makeup the next day. If you're switching it up, they never know what to see, and they just know that they want to tune in with you. This is where the branding comes in, the hashtag Glitter CEO. And, you know, like you could do, I used to do hashtag raw Jen, and I still use that sometimes. If I'm going to do something that's just like real and raw, I do just raw Jen. If I have no makeup on, I do raw Jen. So you could do Get Up and Go with Ashley, or, you know, you could do Aaron TV, or you could do anything that's like they know that you're fixing to go on live and you're gonna crush it. You know, Live with D, you know, all these things that you can really just take it and go. Your content, there's so much, and I will give you content to go with. And I also have a file that I had talked to Jordan about earlier that I would love to put in here if you so choose to use it. I'll tell you why I don't. I love it. Love, love, love it. The same girl who trained me created something similar to this, and I tweaked it to make it my own, and it might help you if you need to be organized. If you need to be organized, it helps by giving you the topic that you're going to talk about, the title, what you're going to change the title to, I'll explain in a minute, what your bullet points are, what hashtags you're going to use, and so on and so on. And it breaks it down in what day you want to go live. The reason I can't use it because I'm a very impulsive person, and whatever's going on in my life is what I'm going to go live about. It's true. So that's what so I can't follow that, but I loved it. If you notice, I will go live. If anybody's ever watched me, you'll notice I'll go live and it'll say, be the change. And I go live. And then afterwards, all of a sudden, it's this paragraph. It's because I go back and change it. When people are looking, scrolling, and they see it live, they don't want to read a paragraph. They want to know, what are you going live about? You've got to have a title that's going to just pull them in real quick. Like, I've got to speak out. You know, something that's going to grab them and pull them in. And then afterwards, you can change it. Okay, then you add the hashtags. Then you add all the other stuff. Never add a link. Don't ever do a link. That's horrible. So I will put that file in. It won't be tonight, but I will put that file in. And I have a list of topics that I can throw out there that you can do as well, that I will throw out. So what questions do you have? And if somebody could, who's not necessarily on a phone, or even if you're on a phone, if you could put me down and go look in there, tell me what the list is on the event, if I've covered all the bullet points, or if there's anything else I need to cover. So questions, and somebody go check bullet points, see if I've covered everything. And this is just a very basic understanding of lives. I'm going to get into more detail. You'll hear a lot of this again when I do the training, but it's going to be more detailed and more in-depth about topics and how to create them and all that good stuff. And also more about the background and more about how to hit that button and things like that. So did someone check bullet points for me, and any questions? So what I want from everybody that's watching this, if you go live all the time and you're not branded, so if you're a number 2 and, if you're number 3, what am I at? No, number 2. If you're a whole lot of lives, that's what I thought. I was in the right direction. If you're a whole lot of lives person, I want you to find a branding or hashtag. So I'm a glitter CEO, but like I said, sometimes I use Raw Jen, right? So if I use Raw Jen, that's my another hashtag. So give me a hashtag, send me a hashtag and tell me, I think I'm going to start using this. And I want to know what you're thinking about. So if you're a whole lot of lives and you don't already use one, or even if you do, I want to know, what is your hashtag? What is your, like, if somebody clicked on that, all your lives will pop up. Like, I want to know, what is it that you're using? If you are a number 1, you've only gone live once or twice, you really haven't done it, I want you to really push yourself to go live once or twice a week, okay? Maybe once a week for the next few weeks, something like that. I want you to go live. I want you to get out of your comfort zone. And if you've never ever gone live, I want your first live to be dynamic. And what I want you to do is I want you to go live about maybe a couple things. You can go live about why you chose Red Aspen. You can go live about why you're doing a live. You can go live about being scared and just doing it, but come up with a reason to go live, and I want you to go live. And when you do, I want you to say, this is my first live. When you say that, people are so much nicer to you. I promise. People will be like, oh, you're doing great. You're doing great. So that's why I say it's really good. Like if you did an unboxing, if you pulled your kit down and said, hey, I'm going to show you my kit. This is why I chose Red Aspen. And you're not necessarily always looking at the camera, but you're looking down and showing and interactive, but tell them that this is your first live. I promise you, you will get welcomed so much better if you tell them the truth. Tell them you're nervous. Tell them you're scared. Tell them that you probably won't look at the camera all the time and that you don't know what you're doing and that you're going to bomb it. Be honest with them. And I promise you they'll be supportive of you, because that's what we're all about, is being supportive. If you want us to be a part of that, if you want us on the live, drop a note in Sparkle and Roots and say, I'm going live for my very first time unboxing. Okay? We don't want to go watch your live if you're doing something that's not like, if it's like you going live at a skating rink or something. But if you were doing a live about your unboxing, we want to be there to support you. So definitely, okay, following up. Thank you, Tiffany. Definitely, have us there to support you and help us make sure that we've got your back. We've got your back, okay? So that's what I want you to do. And I really want to challenge everybody, if you're willing, if y'all are good with all of that, you got your hashtags, you're willing to go live, I really am going to put out a challenge to go live on a consistent basis pretty soon. So be ready. Be ready for a challenge. We may very well do a 30-day challenge, but I will tell you, I will tweak a 30-day challenge, because I don't believe that you should go live 7 days a week. I think at most 6. So if we do a 30-day challenge, you'll have a break every once a week, which is great. So it's not as crazy and hard to do. Follow-up. Here's the thing about follow-ups. If somebody comments on your live, agenda. I need to go over agenda too. 5 more minutes, guys. 5 more minutes and we'll be done. If somebody comments on your live, you need to go comment back. You need to go reply. Be nice. Go reply to everybody's comments. Maybe not everyone, but most of them. I'm really bad about not being able to comment on everybody, but you really need, yes, make it public, please. Really need to go comment on their stuff and say, thank you, Dion, for watching. If they come on the replay, thank you so much for coming back and watching. Thank them, okay? Or, hey, girl, whatever. So the way you can follow up with people too is this is a great way to pull into messaging, which works right into what I'm talking about this week. You can pull it in by saying, Dion puts on their replay, and I can message her and I can say, hey, Dion, thank you so much for coming back and watching my video. That opens up a whole, thank you for being supportive of me. Not, hey, do you want to buy my lashes? That's not what you're saying. You thank them for being supportive. Thank them for watching the video. Okay? If somebody likes your video, don't message people like that. But if somebody comments on there, tell them you appreciate them, and you can pull that over to Messenger. If you don't feel comfortable messaging them, at least do it on the timeline, okay? It's so much better if you have them feel appreciated, because they may come back and watch more, and you never know. They may be like, oh my gosh, I love watching your videos. You know how many people I get messages from every day about, I love watching your videos. You know why they love watching my videos? Because I postured myself and I made sure that I look like a leader, even when I didn't feel like I was a leader, which, okay, so I felt like a leader most of the time, but when I have felt like I was failing as a leader, I still held myself to a higher standard. So follow up with people, talk to people, like their comments, reply to them, interact with them. If you don't interact with your audience, they're not going to interact with you, okay? So if you see somebody going live, open up the live and say hello to them. If you see someone, you know, in your feed, talk to them. If you're not interacting with your audience, they're not going to interact with you, so they won't get on your lives if you're not doing it for them. Do you have to watch the whole live? No, but you can pop in and say hey or whatever. And then agenda. You have your topics. Let's say you know that you're going to go live about X, Y, and Z. I used to write it down on a little piece of paper, and I used to set it right next to the camera so that I wasn't looking away from it too far. And what it would say is I would have like welcome. And so the number one would be welcome. And I would say replay underneath. And so my welcome would be, hi, you know, how's everybody doing? I usually BS for a few seconds to wait for people to come in. I don't wait, but I give them a couple seconds and I welcome, and then I'll say, you know, I'm Jennifer, blah, 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 hashtag, blah, 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 you know my speech. And then the next thing I say is, if you're watching, you know, pop a one below or pop an emoji below or tell me where you're watching from. And if you're catching me on the replay, comment replay below. So it's an action step. I'm telling them what to do. This is how you're going to get them to interact. You boost your algorithms. More people see your video. You want a lot of interaction immediately when you start out, because if you don't, Facebook will not notify everybody else that you're going live. So help that side of things and get people to comment, get people to hit replay, you know, whatever. And you have it on there, so it's an action step on your list. Then go over your topic. We're going to talk about, you know, how to get rich in 3 steps and 1, 2, 3, you know, like you get your steps in. And then at the bottom, I would put, you know, content share or something like that. And I would say, if you enjoyed this content, please hit the share button. You know, sharing is caring. But I would remember to do it because it was on a list. If you don't make yourself a list when you first go live, you're going to totally mess up. So you may have your notes in front of you, but make a little list and stick it next to your phone so that way when you are going live, you're like, okay, did I ask him to do this? Did I ask him to do that? Did I ask him to, you know, and so you know. And with my topics, I would have like a, okay, how to get rich in 3 steps. And number 1 is, you know, rob a bank. And I'd say, you know, drop a bag of money below. You know, like I would have like an emoji or something, so I would tell them what to do. Action steps are crucial in a video, okay? So those are just some really good tips to give you. Do you have any questions? For those who stuck with me and hung out, we will go into way more detail when I train on lives, but I felt like it was necessary to do this now. I would love for every single one of you to go live and do an unboxing this week. We're going into February. It's going to be huge. We're going to do another opportunity event next week, and I would love for you to do an unboxing. I don't care if you've done an unboxing before. I don't care if you've done an unboxing 10 times. I want you to do an unboxing this week if you are willing to be part of that. I'm going to put out a challenge to do the unboxing for now, but soon we will do a 30-day challenge. Anybody have questions? Anybody? If you do not have questions, I'm going to hop off. If you have questions, drop them below. I'll come back and check. I hope you have an amazing evening, and we will do messaging part 3 tomorrow with follow-up. So I will see you then. All right, guys. Bye.